Hello, Pre-Algebra, Mr. Lawrence here with your flipped lesson. All right, guys, you're doing a good job. You've been working hard. Let me see here. Joey, I know you've been working hard, and I'm very proud of you. And Brandon, your first day. This is being recorded a couple days after your first day, but I love how you raised your hand and participated. That was awesome, dude. Keep it up. All right, so let me see here. We need to talk about adding and subtracting integers. You should be getting pretty familiar with the integers now, right? Remember, integers include, remember they have that symbol and they have no beginning and they have no end, right? And they don't include any fractions, decimals, or anything like that. Well, I'm going to model doing addition and subtraction over integers two different ways. The first way is going to use a number line. Let's say we have a problem like this. Let's say we have 5 plus 1. Now, I know everybody in the room knows that that's 6. I wouldn't doubt it for a second that you all know that. But how could we model that? Well, let me see here. Hold on one second. Let me get a little... Oh, no, he's not happy enough. Here we go. There's a little smiley face. And let's move him to positive 5. Why to positive 5? Because the 5 is positive, right? So I'm going to put him to positive 5. There he is. All right. Now, the problem is telling my smiley guy to move positive 1, or move 1 in the positive direction. Remember, the positives are over here, the right of the number line, and the negatives are on the left of the number line when you're considering 0 to be at the center. There really is no center because lines go on forever, but we can make 0 the center for the purpose of this lesson. And I'm going to move him 1 space in the positive direction. Boing. There we go. He is at 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. That's one way to represent it. Now, Mr. Lawrence, that's too easy. I don't need to waste my time doing that. No, but that's the same person that has difficulty with a problem like this. Negative 3 plus 4. Well, if you use this little method, it works out pretty well. I'm going to start at negative 3. Yeah, the negative 3. I'm going to start right there. So I'll move my smiley guy to negative 3. And then I'm going to move him 4 in the positive direction, because that's a positive 4. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Ha, ha, ha. And my smiley guy ends up there at positive 1. So negative 3 plus 4 equals 1. Yes, you heard me right. I said negative 3 plus 4 equals 1. Now, some of you may be wondering, well, Mr. Lawrence, I knew that too. But what about when you have a problem like this? Let's say we have a problem like, negative 7 minus 2. Well, those of you wondering, I'll bet Jamari's wondering about that. Oh no, I lost my smiley guy. Get back here, smiley guy. Oh, there's 2 smiley guys. He's got a friend. Cool. I don't want him to have a friend. Friends are not good in this problem. Oh well. We'll try one more time. There we go. I will put my smiley guy at negative 7. All right. And then I will move 2 in the negative direction. So he will go 1, 2. And so therefore he ends up at negative 9. So negative 7 minus 2 equals negative 9. That is the correct answer right there. Now, some of you may not realize, oh no, that I can't really do this with any type of problem. You can, it just doesn't become practical with all of them. All right, good deal. Let's do one last one. You try this one on your own, and if you get it right, you can give yourself a nice pat on the back. So let me erase all of that. Okay, and let's try 5 minus 9. All right, I'm going to put my smiley guy off the board. And you can pause the video and try it on your own. See if you can end up with a smiley guy in the right place. If you're still watching at this point, I'm assuming that you want to see if you got it right. Well, I'm going to put my smiley guy at positive 5, And so he goes to 5. And then I'm going to move him 9 spaces in the negative direction. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. -4 is the answer. There you go. All right, let's look at a different way to model it. And that's a great way, but this way I like even better. Let's take a problem like this. Let's say we have a problem of 5 minus 3. Now I know you all know that the answer is 2. I know you know that, but I'm going to show you one way to explain why. First, I'm going to ask you to look here at the 5. That's a positive 5, isn't it? Normally, we don't put the plus in there. We could if we wanted to, but we normally don't do that. That's a positive 5. I'm going to suggest to you that that means we have 5 positives. Here's my little plus sign counters. 5 positives. And then, over here, I have 3 negatives. Well, I'm going to take 3 negatives. Now, if you know what positives and negatives do to each other in math class, it's not the same in science, but positives and negatives in math class cancel each other out. So you see, this positive and this negative cancel. This positive and this negative cancel. This positive and this negative cancel. What's left? 2 positives, or positive 2. Isn't that cool? Now, hold on one second. Let me pause my video here. What if we have a problem like this? -3 minus 5. That was -3 minus 5. Sorry, I'm just checking my connections because I broke the cord. All right. Well, right here, I need 3 negatives. 1, 2, 3. And here I have 5 negatives, right? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I apologize for the broken eardrums and the off-key singing. I can carry a tune, but it's got to have a handle and bag for it first. Okay, is anything going to cancel here? I've got 3 negatives and 5 more negatives. No, nothing's going to cancel. Why? Because positive negatives cancel, not negatives and negatives. So nothing cancels. So what do I have? Well, it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 of these little negative guys. In other words, I have 8 negatives, or -8. See how simple that is? All right, I'll give you one last example. I want you to try this one on your own. The problem is -6 plus 10. Try it using the counter method. You can do, if you can do it in your head, that's fine, but make sure you get it right. Pause the video. When you're ready, unpause and see if your answer agrees with mine. Okay, here we go. Here's my solution, and this is what I see in my head. I see I have 6 negatives. How do I know I have 6 negatives? Because I have a -6, which means I have 6 negatives. And there are my 6 negatives. Then I need 10 positives. So there's 5 positives. I'll group them and clone them. And there we go. There's 10 positives. So I know that these 2 can cancel with those 2. Same here. And same here. There are no negatives left to cancel anything out. I'm left with these guys here. There's 4 of them. They're positive. My answer must be +4. And I'm done. All right. Hopefully you got a lot out of that, Trevor. I hope you paid attention and maybe watched it more than once, because math really is easy when you give it your best. Just ask Logan and Rihanna, who've been doing some really hard thinking in the back of the room. Very proud of them. Mrs. Hopko even commented on some of you what a great job you're doing. So anyway, good night, everybody. Mr. Lawrence signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.